Hello and welcome back to One Night Strahd. We are officially on episode 4. Yeah, we're getting into it. Last time, spicy decisions were made by our players, and we shall see the consequences of them unfold. Speaking of, let's introduce our wonderful players. Athena Palmer, Persephone Valentine, Alex Ward, and Jen Kretchmer. We're so excited to have you here, wonderful players. We're so excited to have you in the chat. Make sure you go and give these wonderful people a follow. There's a command in the chat for you to click on. And thank you to Hedra Group for kind of collaborating with us on this production. Make sure you check out One Night Strahd. There's plenty of information about this module in the link. We're flying through it, which is kind of the purpose of One Night Strahd. We're trying to speed run Ravenloft. We'll see if we can do it. We're officially halfway through. Here we go. So, wonderful party, adventurers, questers. You find yourselves in this strange temple in the very bones of the earth itself, with the sap of the world tree kind of crystallized and condensed around you into these giant slabs of amber, thrumming quietly with arcana and energy. Matthias, your hand reaches out for a card placed in front of you.
I reach for the tower card. I thought about the lover's card, but the tower seems like the right way.
As your hand reaches for the card, you notice the card almost like falls back away from itself, once again becoming three-dimensional like that picture of Strahd. You almost instinctually reach in further, and as you do, you feel yourself kind of step through the card as the tower gets further and further and further away and taller and taller and taller and taller. And as it does, like, the blackness of it fills your vision, and then you find yourself on a parapet staring. You are on the upper reaches of Ravenloft's central spire, and the blackness you're staring at isn't at the blackness of the tower, for indeed you are standing upon it, but on the blackness of the firmament above, surrounded by mist all around you and below you.
It's been very difficult to make a mental map of this place, and we keep teleporting everywhere.
It is quite disconcerting, I will say.
But we're here, so... Tower, Matthias, that was the right decision, you sure?
I hope so.
You said that Burr could help you when you got here, correct?
Burr said to take him to the tower, and then he would help us. So,
Yes.
that's what we're...
You hear Burr
He
say,
says yes. He says yes.
you must
we'll-
destroy the heart of darkness.
we
Don't
must-
you see? If
Okay,
you
hold on.
try to kill him without it,
Mhm.
it's an impossible task. A fool's errand. Surely, as players, you know your parts. You know your lines, don't you? Zibbity bop bop ba doo ba da bop.
Man, I love that song. We must destroy the heart of darkness. That is the only way we can succeed. He said something about players in a game, and then he skipped out diddly deed out of here. So yeah, that seems about right. So we take him to the tower. We destroy. Where is the heart located in the tower? Do you know?
It's ahead of us. And now you
It's
notice there's a stone bridge laid out before you, leading God knows where.
Well,
That concerns me, because I think that once we cross that bridge, we're going to crumble on top of it. And we are very high up.
see, that's that half empty that I keep telling you about. Girl.
It's
You
called being cautious, Matthias.
Well, you can be cautious,
My skin is already falling off. I don't need the other pieces to come out.
You still
How-
gorgeous, girl.
How long is the bridge?
The bridge is only a few hundred feet. You do see kind of something faintly glimmering at the end of it.
Well, shall we?
One moment. Let me see if there's something I can do to help us.
Are we still under the effects of Pass Without Trace? How much time has it been?
I feel like it's probably been about 20 minutes. It didn't take you cast it at the top of the descent and made it all the way to the bottom. You didn't take a long rest, so I would say under an hour.
Okay, so I think it only lasts 10 minutes. Oh, no, it's an hour. So we're still under the effects of Pass Without Trace.
And we're immune to fear, right?
We are
We're
immune to
fear and
fear
poison.
Fear and poison.
We have advantage on our saving throws.
Yeah.
for wisdom.
Oh, only for wisdom. Okay.
I believe so. Let me just double check that
Okay.
really quick.
As Vethe is doing this, I would like to creep closer to Pura.
Pura is bathing.
I'll stand there and watch.
All wisdom saving throws with advantage, immune to poison and being frightened, plus the bonus from the last episode of the max hit points. That lasts for 24 hours, so most likely we're probably going to have it for the rest of the module.
Matthias, can I help you?
Just enjoying the view.
Matthias.
Pura.
I am usually not someone who dislikes people or threatens physical harm upon people, but if you do not take a step back right now, I will be removing your eyes.
Oh, fair enough. And Matthias will take one step back and continue to stare.
Pura just takes Morningstar's kiss and just cracks it at Matthias's feet.
Vethe, you figure out what we doing there, honey.
Thank you.
I did. Did you have a fun time playing with Pura's claws?
It wasn't so much the claws, but the whip. But she seems to be getting used to that gift.
The claws in this case are metaphorical. Just remember, Matthias, all of us carry deadly weapons on us at all times, and I could turn you into a toad if I wanted to.
Did you turn Omu into that creature?
I was going to ask the same thing.
Who knows?
Hips,
When
normally
Vethe winks-
very large eyes, go much wider.
They should, because when Vethe winks, like a little bit of the eyelid is just a little bit too low, so it's sort of like it sags a little bit, so you're not really sure if she's winking.
Yeah.
That's a great sound.
Just gotta stick it right back up there.
You
Dad?
proceed across the stone bridge. The wind up here is bitingly cold. It whips you back and forth, but the bridge itself holds strong. Although there is frost in the air and you can see your breath and icicles begin to form in your eyelashes, you see before you a gilded door free of frost. Almost in a bas relief style, this door portrays a beautiful elven woman, but there's something unsettling about her. You can't quite place your finger on what it is.
Does she look like one of the wives by chance?
She does not. She is clothed in gold and mother of pearl and abalone shell, and her hair and skin are kind of left unadorned, and they're both carved from like black basalt rock. She is a drow.
Does she look like anybody we saw when we saw all of those faces?
From Gertruda.
Oh, the cast of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that handout handy?
I do.
I do.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh. You know what? Now that I'm looking at that handout, Burr was on there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Brrr.
Mm.
Oh, there we go. All right, let me just-
This is my editing dance. This is my editing dance. Da, 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 da,
Yes.
Da, 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 da.
Patrina.
That's what I thought. Ha! And sorry, just to remind myself, we were shown these faces in game, correct?
Mhm,
Like we,
mhm.
you know,
She looks familiar. If I remember correctly from the Rogues Gallery we were given, I think that's Patrina.
Patrina.
Well,
Mm.
Do we remember anything about her? Is she mean or nice, or did we get anything?
With eyes like that,
Oh,
who
Christ.
knows?
Did we
Well,
learn anything about her?
I don't know. I don't remember. And if I don't
is there
remember
anything in the book, Matthias?
As Matthias has now realized he was caressing the door, just like,
As you caress it, the door kind of becomes translucent and you are able to pass through.
Patruda. Just and then Patrina. Sorry, it's close enough.
Druid is a great name. I love it.
Oh, Protruda's
Protruda.
fantastic.
She's a bit
I
pointy.
So I will open the book to see if she's in it in the
Yeah.
Curse of Strahd manga.
Yeah. You are able. Wait, make the DC check.
Oh, for
Yeah.
a hint? It's
Mhm.
okay. Damn. Here we go, baby. We comment. 19.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So the book does not disappear or crumble into dust. Wait, is that the rule?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're flipping through the pages, sure enough, you do come across Patrina. But Patrina Velikovna, a dusk elf who wished to marry Strahd and steal his secrets. But her plan failed.
Oh no.
The door is translucent, right?
Yes, you can pass through.
I put a bean at the base of the door.
Okay.
Patrina came here to marry Strahd, tried to steal his secrets. And well, let's just say things didn't pan out the way she wanted to.
It seems like things seldom do for the women in Strahd's life.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's quite unfortunate.
He is awful. He is a bad person.
I mean, but he's able to catch these women's like flies to honey.
Honey
Isn't
is
that always the way?
sticky and gets things stuck.
I said what I said.
Matthias, do you admire Strahd for the fact that he has destroyed the lives of countless women?
Oh no, there's a door.
I grab his collar.
Answer the question, Matthias.
Now, beautiful ladies here. I'm just saying, one such as myself that has had immensely bad luck with being able to keep beautiful women such as yourselves.
Why
Vethe.
do you always continue complimenting their appearance rather than their skill or intelligence or integrity?
Or literally anything else.
Because I feel like they
Fearsomeness,
hear
whatever.
those compliments all the time.
No.
No.
Well, fine.
Apparently.
Vethe, you are as vicious as you are beautiful. You
Are you
proceed.
saying that I'm not at all vicious? That's incredibly cruel.
No, I just.
Look,
A little bit of face falls off.
Just move past this.
Oh,
Look,
you lost a little right there.
Oh yeah.
In Pura, you are as
I
agile.
don't, Matthias, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Well, Pip has explained that how I might be offensive to.
You can also listen to what people said sometimes
Thank you, Pip.
when they ask for things.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Look, while it's very convenient that we're standing here in a doorway discussing this, I feel like we need to go talk to our guest who's here. Or we're the guests. Maybe.
I think
It's her home, so
Well, let's hope that this one also wants Strahd destroyed.
Actually, we don't
Like me, guys.
technically know whose home this is.
It's Strahd's castle.
That's
But maybe Petruda is inside and will help us.
Actually,
I swear that's not her name.
Patrina. It's in the book. I missed
Patrinka.
Patrina.
Patrigo.
We need to at least all be on the same page before we talk to her.
What
is
page
the
is
name?
Pregante.
You know what?
Portenda.
Let good old Matthias
Portal 2.
talk to the
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Miss, I would like to make sure that bomb is still in place. All right, here we go. We're coming, baby. All right. Woo.
Yes, let's go see Petro.
Patrina.
Petro.
All right, let's go.
Trinket. I'll get there eventually.
I know one thing women don't like is to be called out of their name. So we got to get this right, team. And Matthias walks
You
in.
remember?
You
Fascinating.
walk through the door. As you do, all of you give me perception checks.
Yay. I can do this one.
Oh, that's a 5.
I can beat that with a 2.
20. Oh, wait. Hold on. 16, 7. 23. Okay, I was right.
22.
So the two of you see this. The door shudders to nothing as you pass. And behind you, it reforms. It kind of like turns into dust and crumbles and then reforms. And when it does, the woman carved in it is like winking at you. You notice that underneath your feet, the room you are now in is actually formed of her two beautiful hands that are tattooed intricately in white ink up to the elbows. And then she begins to lift you, like by lifting the floor.
Oh.
The roof above you fades and you are carried up at a languid pace to the stratospheric reach of the tower. You see floor after floor just zip by, whoop, 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 and you can barely kind of catch glimpses of them between the fingers of her hand that form the sort of structure of this great lift. Each and every floor looks exactly the same. You almost feel like time is dilating here, or you can't tell if you're going up or down or whether you're moving at all. But each floor is a lavish study full of bookcases and 2 cylinders of murky green glass. You see enough while you're moving to guess that these cylinders are about 6 or 7 feet tall.
While we're traveling, this takes a little while, right? Going up this elevator.
Yeah.
So, Pip, how did you get into the investigation business?
Well, one night I was sitting at my desk in my office where I work, and this dame strolls in, gams up to her armpits, and she
What?
Wait, what?
That's where they go, right? The gams are connected to the armpits.
Gams, I am not sure they go straight to the armpits, thereby
that-
completely
Forgot I had my own.
bypassing.
I had always heard that was.
Look,
No,
that
I'll
pan's
have
out
to
of me.
make a note. Tuck the note.
Pip, gams are a very old way of saying legs.
Oh.
I would be concerned if their legs
I
went to
knew
their
that.
armpits. They'd be built like a certain sponge.
I certainly was aware of that. Anyway, she comes into my office where I'm sitting at my desk, where I work at my job, and and tells me that she's had a situation.
Where do you work?
At my office.
I'm gonna. Pura crouches down and goes, "Pip, look at me." And I just go to reach to take the hat off,
No.
and I get a good look at Pip's face for the first time.
And what you see is the face of a child. This is clearly someone who is not older than 10 years old. It looks like they stole maybe their father's hat. And now that you're sort of looking at it, the trench coat is a little bit too long. It's very baggy. It's been tucked up and safety pinned in place. And they're sort of clutching Ollie. And she's very much holding on to the tropes that you would read in like a detective novel. This is not.
Oh, I noticed
And
that.
as you take off the hat,
Mm-hmm.
hi.
Hi, I'm embarrassed right now.
Are you a child?
Yep.
No, I'm very, very grown up.
Pretending to be grown up.
We brought a fucking child to Barovia.
Yeah. You guys didn't know that?
That old woman, she knew about this, didn't she?
Yep, probably.
To deal with me. She said I knew enough about what I was doing to be here and be part of the team. And
Is this why you want to build an Our Bear workshop? You want the teddy bear?
Oh, hell, look, it's not her fault.
Teddy bear.
Not yell at her.
And Pip's eyes, like big eyes, filling with tears.
Okay, look.
I just wanted to be part of the team. I can be
It's okay. It's okay. We're just worried about you being a child here in a very dangerous place. We're not mad at you.
But I'm really sneaky.
No, I know. I've noticed.
Good at magic. I haven't gotten you in trouble yet, have I?
No, you haven't. It's fine.
And she has that skeletal hand thing that came and gave me that lantern.
No, you know what?
Yeah, and the
I
skeletal
snap my
hand like
hand
comes
and-
up next to me and gives a big thumbs up.
And
See?
my Ledgerman's hand also thumbs up at her. Look, we all have tricks.
And Pip's leisure, yeah.
High five.
No, let me restate. We are in Castle Ravenloft,
Yep, sure.
Strahd Castle,
Yep.
and we have an 8-year-old child right here.
10.
Okay, not much making a difference, little one.
Beth, calm down. Calm down.
It's a lot
Beth,
of
here's
years.
the thing. I know this is all new for you guys because y'all didn't want to be a big happy family yet. But I didn't tell you because I thought that this would bring us all together.
Look, I mean,
Can I
realistically,
roll insight to see if Matthias actually knew?
Yeah, roll.
Matthias and Pip have about the same body type, so it's fine.
Well, I mean,
That's a
We could
25.
completely trade clothes if
Yeah.
we wanted to.
Matthias, did you know?
yes, I did.
Oh, wow, you really did know.
But look, I have a business card and everything. And Pip takes out a little business card that's handwritten and it says Pip Squeaks, private investigator.
But
Huh.
this is just
Raised
piece
letter.
of
Wow.
construction
but
paper.
the
Yeah.
handwriting is not.
Yes. The creepy lady that sent us here. She wouldn't have sent her if she didn't think that she was capable. Okay? So the least we can do is continue to have faith in our good kids.
Correction. She wouldn't have sent anyone except if they were expendable.
Not true.
Remember the conversation we had with Omu where it's like, if we die, someone else would be sent.
And why do you keep trusting that frog man?
But why do you trust the
I
lady on the
told
other
you-
I
side?
don't think that was a lie from Omu.
Okay.
Worth
Look,
the hide.
it doesn't change the fact that Pip is here.
Exactly.
And that we're
Does it-
still
No.
here.
The
I think
fact
we
Wait,
got
wait,
to
wait.
keep them protected at
As
all costs.
always,
Can't turn
madame, you are the soul of logic.
The owl said it.
We cannot
Look.
simply send the child back. It seems
No.
as though
Yep.
the only solution is to
Yep.
slay this Strahd von Zarovich. So
Exactly.
then,
Correct.
on Eva, let us go. Let us do it.
Yes, and so
Beth
far
is going to
we
walk over to Pip and place two skeletal. She's about 6 feet tall and rail thin. Hands on your shoulders.
You are under our protection now.
See, and here's the thing. We've been in battle with her before. We know Pip can hold our own. I don't know why this makes things any different just because she's underaged.
One wave
Um,
comes up.
Yeah.
I
that
would not go that
argument-
far.
Is dangerous.
No, I meant to drink. Y'all get y'all's heads out of the gutter. Y'all are terrible for that one. Even
No.
Matthias has
You're the
stakes.
one that did it.
Nope. Mm-mm.
And
Something
who's
wrong about
it.
And I start talking to Burke. Can you believe these folks thinking Matthias would do such a terrible thing? You know, it's a skit.
all right.
Clearly, they have a
As the
very
elevator-
low impression of you. But we need them for now to kill the Dark Lord and leave this place.
That's what I said. So I just want my dragons fired.
So
I can
from
blow
our
up my
position, it just
house.
looks like you're talking to
That's it.
yourself.
That's it. I just want to blow up a house. She tried to take my house and my dog. You know, she took my dog. I'm
Wait,
gonna
are
blow
you
up-
doing this so you can fight your ex-wife?
This is a Matthias and Burr conversation.
You're talking out loud.
This whole telepathy.
I can't hear Burr, but I can hear you.
Anyway, we'll reconvene this later. We'll get you to your tower.
We can still hear you even if you're covering your mouth.
But I just would like to blow up her house. She stole my dog. It's not fair. She didn't raise that dog. I raised that dog.
Why don't you get your dog back?
She took him in the divorce. So anyway, I just was trying to figure
You know,
out.
if you learn how to find a familiar, you can locate them and you can always summon them back to you. So maybe you should start studying some magic. And you already have your beautiful steel defender too. So that's kind of an insult. That's a little mean to your friend. In any case, can I have my hat back, please?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I just
All right, let's go.
okay.
I just keep the hat on. I guess that works.
I wonder what would happen if this hat were to make its way to my head.
Would you like to try it? I'd already taken off apparently because I was
I
Covers the whole
will-
owl's head.
yeah.
I will not lie. I feel very cool.
You look fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah. N'est-ce pas?
Yeah. No. I think I can get. Look, I can get you one that actually fits later.
I will hold you to this. He gives the hat back. The
Owl
great city owl
haberdashery.
does sit on like Pura's shoulders, like with a sort of propriety that is proper of owls, or that is expected of owls. Slightly judgmental, very French.
Smoking a long cigarette.
He is a sooty owl.
Yeah.
Eventually, the
You got
lift-
gams, kid.
Do
I
you
still-
still not know what that means?
I still do not think that this child
said
understands
legs,
what a
it's
gun
true.
is.
It's true.
Can I see what these green cylinders are that we keep passing?
Yeah. The lift is moving slowly enough that you can get off into the study and take a look.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
If you
I'm
so
just gonna.
wish.
Yep, we're doing it. Investigation, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I think, or
16.
an Arcana check.
16.
So you see in these cylinders, like elves that elven women in particular, with different skin tones ranging from the typical black and silver of drow women to bubblegum pink. And the features are always incredibly the same or very close. It dawns on you that these are clones.
I'll hop back on the lift before we go to the next level. Did any of them look like Vethe by chance?
No.
Okay. I'll slide over to Vethe. Miss Vethe,
Yes.
is there a way you can hide your ears?
Hide my ears.
Look, I got a bad feeling about this. And all of those green cylinders have elven women in them. And I just don't want you to end up like them. So obviously there's some obsession with her grabbing elven maidens and throwing them in green juices.
Matthias, can I level with you for a second?
Or yes.
All of that sounds more pleasant than your company.
That's fair. That's fair. That's what my second wife said.
Is your second wife dead?
I don't know.
The lift stops.
All right.
Oh, thank God,
What
wait.
sort of plant gives a green juice like that?
But in all seriousness, they're either clones or taken elven maidens. So maybe just
I don't know if I qualify as an elven maiden. Maybe like an elven crone.
just elven. You know,
Did
One of the
they
ears
look like
starts to
anyone
fall
we
off.
met?
well that works too. So
You might just put it in your pocket, save it for later.
Yeah. I needed to hear.
maybe just the tips. Maybe we could just
Baseball
peel it.
signaling everywhere.
You
It's slightly
find
lopsided.
yourselves in a foyer.
Did any of the elven women look like anyone we've met or seen images of or know?
I'm gonna say no.
All right. So where are we? We just elevator stops.
In a foyer?
I step into the foyer.
There are stairs that climb up to a giant room. It's furnished in beautiful jewel tones. Sapphire, ruby, emerald. Everything is appointed with luxe, like calf skin or kid skin, leather. And above you, a huge orrery spins. Through walls of like what seem to be arcane, scintillating energy, you can see other rooms, including a bedroom where a giant cartoon spider is reading through 8 books that drift near, like a different one drifts near all of its different eyes. In another room, a familiar elven woman with skin that is as cold and smooth as the rock that makes this castle. It's like very gray and almost like granite. You see a familiar face that you saw perhaps through on a door on the way in here. She is undoing the braids in her hair made of like these sage green snakes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
In front of you, there's a desk. In it, there is a large kind of like tank, and there is a very big cephalopod with big eyes, almost kind of like brimming at the edges with water. They're just big and shiny, and the pupils are altogether too large. It eyes you with optimism, and it raises a tentacle out of the tank. It flows like mist, and it then begins to like pull itself out along the tank.
Hello, and the
Hello.
way you are moving is deeply unsettling.
Oh,
I'm kind of scared, and I step behind Vethe.
Whoa.
Beth puts back the soccer mom arm.
Um,
I'm going to see my mama.
This
This
and
thing
your
is
mama.
giant. It's like 7 feet long, and it's like
Oh.
scuttling along with its like different tentacles.
Okay.
is by chance Miss Patrina available for a conversation?
Mama! And it continues to kind of like, it like pulls itself forward, rolls along, hits like a beautiful mahogany chair, and then like goes, ow, and then continues like moving along towards
This
like
is kind
one
of
of these
adorable.
walls of lambent energy.
I
Mm-hmm.
think it might be adorable.
I think it is too.
It's contained inside of like one of this energy, like, right? It's not
Mhm.
going anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and we're walking past it, correct?
If you
Let's do
wish
it.
to, yeah.
Okay. What's your name?
Bye, Dave.
I can't with you.
Two tentacles come up. Its cheeks fill with color.
Oh, you are cute.
What's your name?
You're cute, but I'm now distrustful.
My name is Vioxina.
Or just stands up and starts walking down the hall.
Bye.
Kipko takes off her head and goes, "It's very nice to meet you."
It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. It's okay.
I still think it's cute.
My mage hand is petting the back of my head as I walk to like calm me down.
Look, it's just a baby. Look, I'll go talk to. Excuse me. What was it again? For Tuchula.
Or something like that.
I will relay whatever name. Look, hello. My name, well, my one friend calls me Charlie. But you know, my other friends call me Matthias, but you can call me whatever you want. Is your mama available to speak for mhm.
Yeah. You see him begin to like take his tentacles and like pull his giant mass of a body forward through one of the scintillating walls of energy, where he rolls happily to Patrina's feet.
I will follow. Mm-hmm.
As you do, the elven woman kind of strides across, like stops unbraiding her hair and kind of like strides towards you. I am Patrina. And as she says this, like great shutters like in the ceiling, almost like a skylight opens, and you can see that you are above the mist and above the clouds. Sunlight streams in. It feels warm, and it's almost like she is bathed in gold, and you are all like kind of doused in it around her. And you look out and you realize you're surrounded by like emptiness somewhere above the clouds. And she says, would you describe yourselves as thinking or judging? Introverted or extroverted? And as she says this, 7 stone pillars rise from the ground, carrying all of you up into the orrery.
I think, and I would like to consider myself an extrovert. And let me just say, you are the most beautiful woman I ever did see.
He says that to everyone. Try not to be too insulted.
I've never said it to you, Vethe.
Well, I would describe you as perhaps extroverted.
Yes, probably. That's fair.
Mm.
Introverted.
I like meeting new people.
Well, I like meeting new people as well. Suspended in the middle of this orrery, you do see, encased in a coffin of amber, almost like what looks to be condensed sunlight, kind of at the heart of this, where the sun's rays kind of like all converge in this beautiful crystalline coffin. You see a beautiful woman in paladin's armor. So you've come to kill Strahd?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
I guess there's no point in hiding it.
Not really, no.
Are you sure you're ready?
That
Nope.
I have no clue.
That we're not sure about.
But
no.
my optimism keeps me strong.
Optimism. I like that. Do you know what happens if you die here in Ravenloft?
Our
not
souls
ready
are
anymore?
stuck
Forever.
here forever.
Yes, you are reincarnated. It's a horrible waste of time, and people sometimes don't talk about what happens in between. Therefore, I would not go against Strahd unless you're sure you can win.
Well, we were told if we come here, our chances of winning are far superior.
I suppose that could be true. Well,
And how
What
can we
if-
be sure that we'll win? How can we be sure we're ready?
we could play a small game.
Oh boy.
I like games.
A thought exercise.
Do you?
No, you can put away your weapons. That won't be necessary.
Mm.
I don't wish to spar with you in that way. I was thinking more of a mental game. You see, being
love
here
those.
in Barovia,
A brain teaser,
the oldest brain teaser.
like a mystery.
Yes, a riddle. The oldest game.
Chess.
Older than that, even.
Is a game older than chess?
Yes. A game
Well,
of
they do-
words, a game of thought, a game of mental acuity. What do you think?
I think that Matthias should sit this one out.
All right, let's do it.
The rules? Very simple. I assume a form. You choose a form that you think will counter mine.
Mm-hmm. Now, do the forms mean anything?
The forms determine, well, whether or not you will be able to prevail against the form I choose.
Okay. Those are the only rules.
The only rules, they are very simple. I will allow you to take turns in whatever order you choose.
Mm-hmm.
But
All
the
right.
same player cannot make the same or cannot go twice.
So it's 4 rounds.
Give or take.
All right.
All right.
And
Shall I go first?
well, your starting form, let's make it interesting. And she deals out some cards. Now, since you can't draw cards, I'm going to have you roll dice
Okay.
All right.
to determine your starting form. Now,
Which
there
dice do you want?
Let's see. There are 18 options.
Okay.
So D20 and reroll any.
Yeah. Yeah,
19s or 20s?
I would do a D20 and then re-roll 19s or 20s.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. What do we got?
9 for me.
You
3,
are
please.
the walled city. You gain proficiency in performance, medicine, and perception checks. Pip, did you have a 3?
I had a 3.
You gain the form of rebirth, which has fortitude in arcana, religion, and medicine.
Fortitude, Arcana, and Religion.
Arcana, religion, and medicine.
15.
A 15. Not the ranger, the astral plane. Survival, stealth, and perception.
Survival, stealth, and perception. Great.
Now, if I already have expertise in stealth.
Wait a second. I think you might get advantage instead. I may have misspoke.
Okay. So an advantage on survival.
Yeah.
So are these all advantage for us, or
Yes.
you're checking
Mhm.
still?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I misspoke.
Okay.
Matthias, what is your roll?
I got a 16.
A 16. The Djinn. Nature, Arcana, and Athletics.
All right.
At the end of the first round, you'll be able to choose a form or make one up of your own.
Right.
Since this is a riddle game, and I will try to find a stat block that I think best matches, because I want y'all to have that freedom. You see her body begin to change as she takes the first form. Antlers come erupting out of her skull with a very strange grinding sound. Her flesh kind of begins to melt away from her face down and turns into a beautiful cloak of moss, lichen, and mushrooms kind of pillowing out below her. And she says, I am the stag goddess, mother and father to forest, life giver, life taker, way shaper. And as she changes, you debate amongst yourselves who you think could stand up to this.
So we have the Djinn, we have the astral plane, we have the walled city, and what else? What were you, Pip?
Rebirth.
Rebirth.
What do you think each of you could use to like counter her, and what order would you like to go in?
I mean, I got nature. That seems fair, because she's green.
Fair is not the name of the game.
Well, you're fighting form against form.
You are, but you're not necessarily playing to her strengths.
I would say the least hospitable places for nature to exist
Are in the city.
are in the city or in the astral plane.
Read.
So why don't we test with the city and see what happens after that? Maybe go astral plane, city, astral plane, then rebirth, then the Djinn.
Do we only select one per round?
Let me see here.
Of all of these, the astral plane is a place of nothingness.
That is not entirely true.
There are beings that live in the astral plane.
Well, not
There are beings, there are
there.
movement, there is matter in the astral plane.
But not necessarily the nature as which they are governing over.
I would agree.
So maybe astral plane first, and then city, and then kind of a toss-up between rebirth, which is a very natural thing, and
Yes, the astral plane also is essentially stops time.
it's a very different place than the natural world as we know
It
it.
seems that it would just inhibit any sort of growth. What else
Right.
did she say she could do?
She said she was the life giver, the way shaper.
Yeah, I'm gonna say astral plane first,
Okay,
and
so you'll take this skill challenge
Yeah.
first. Go
Yeah.
ahead, and which of your skills do you think you're going to bring to bear here?
well, the one I have the highest chance of success with would be stealth.
Okay.
Out of the three that are involved in the astral plane.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Oof. That is 30.
Okay, and give me one more. We need two.
That is 22.
Yeah, you see, like, kind of as you're standing there, it's a battle between consciousnesses. Pura does not move, and neither does Patrina. But almost like coming out of their bodies, you see Pura kind of become the astral plane. And you see, like, kind of coming out of her body, almost like line art, almost like a drawing kind of made out of scintillating ink in midair. You see the stag mother attack. But the stag mother's power has no influence over the astral plane. The antlers fail to hit their mark.
In the void, nature is lost.
As you say this, she smiles. And she says, but do you hold the stag mother in veneration? Or do you rebel against her? Or do you wish to steal her secrets?
I respect.
As you say the words respect, you see the world begin to change around her. And as it does, she says, very well then. I am the Empire. I am the tolling bell of war. I am the crushing of violence against your wooden gates. And you see, like, her kind of take the form of a blacksmith. You see in her hand a large spectral hammer. You see a large bellows that she is, like, churning with the other hand. And she says, I feed an army. A quick blade might do best here, but let us see how do you fare. Who do you choose to go up against? The Empire.
Same ones?
Yes, same forms.
Same forms.
Well, walled cities have fallen in empires before, but rebirth of an empire or rebirth might do it. What was yours, Matthias?
The djinn.
The djinn.
Yes. Perhaps the magic of rebirth, surviving the wreckage.
Death is
All
the
that-
beginning of rebirth, yeah.
It is while the things that living creatures war over are important in the short term, everything is reborn in the long term.
Agreed.
You choose the form of rebirth. Vethe steps forwards, and once again, coming out of Patrina's body, you see, like, almost like a surging walled city with armies issuing forth from it. Vethe, give me two skill
sorry,
checks.
Actually, Pip.
That's me.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Pip. Pip, which skill do you want to use here? Would you like to use Arcana, Religion, or Medicine?
I would like to use Arcana, please.
Amazing. You see a city suspended in midair as though by magic, a city of mages, a city of knowledge begin to form above Pip's head.
I rolled 18s for both the regular and the advantage, so
Yeah.
Is that with your
20
modifiers?
25 with the modifier.
You see the full force, the full, like, sort of power of this army go rushing against this beautiful crystalline city. It falls and is rebuilt 1,000 times. And you can hear...
Vethe, you look like you're struggling in the sun. And I hand my hat off to Vethe and I go, the magic forms. Do you see it defend?
They are
you-
defending. Yes.
And you see it survive this endless onslaught. As it is crumbled and rebuilt multiple times, you realize that the Empire cannot stand against intellect. You hear the flames and the like sort of like explosions. You hear the calls of warriors. And then all of a sudden, you hear Patrina's voice say, when they broke peace, they burned us out. We killed so many, and we fled into the depths. We fed below, never to leave again. I made different travel plans. And this time you see her turn and take the form of the Archmage. She becomes younger, almost smaller in size, and you see her kind of like, you see the blacksmith's garb kind of come crashing off of her, almost into a sea of like fabric and texture. And underneath you see beautiful, once again, gemstone colored robes of every hue, covered in silks, brocades. She pulls up a hood over her head, and as she does, her face is obscured from view, and you just see her beautiful glimmering eyes. The hoods are also multi-layered. You wonder how many robes she is truly wearing, and she seems like her hands look more youthful as they peer out from between her sleeves. And she says, "We are the Archmage, without nation, without creed. Our spellborn flesh turns blade and blast. Our will is power." And as she says this, her eyes like multiply underneath the hood, almost like that of a spider's, and her entire visage becomes a swarm of blinking eyes. Which form do you pick?
We have the walled city and the djinn left.
So at this point, Pura, you could go again if you wanted to, and you can choose another form.
Great. Okay. So if between the two of you, I would say the best option would be the djinn, as they are made of magic, or more linked to magic. But is there another form we could... What if...
There's the if it's all eyes, that the stealth or perception, noticing things, maybe.
I think we need to...
What has fallen...
More abstract.
What has fallen archmages before? Usually their own hubris.
Yeah.
Their own pride in experimentation.
What?
I mean, they're not usually super strong.
What if... What is it called? Oh. If there's nothing for the wizard or the magic to affect, then what use is the magic?
If there is nothing that it can change in the natural order, then it can do nothing.
Oh, I have
Alternatively, if there is too much access to power, what happens then?
Alright, what's...
They had no nation, they had no creed. Would it be that they would want to be rallied behind something, perhaps, or unified in some way?
Or if everything was rallied against them?
So, like, performance, maybe? I don't know, it's an idea.
Well, we have to pick something. The form, it does have to be a concrete form, something we can, a thing we can turn into, something that exists. What?
Yeah, we could take something from our own book, the Empire. A force brought against it.
Well,
one that overwhelmed them.
I genuinely feel that you said it earlier. Something about hubris, ego, right? But they're only as powerful as knowledge gives them. And what could burn down knowledge?
More knowledge. An overwhelming amount. Fire!
Fire. What causes fire? A dragon. And I believe I did see in my brain some sort of red dragon.
Matthias takes the form of a dragon, gaining advantage in Arcana, Intimidation, and Persuasion.
that's a good idea, actually. For
I'm
once.
gonna go with the Arcana
Okay.
Ooh, are you sure?
because you're gonna fight fire with ego. Probably. I don't know. I'm a
Alright.
goddamn dragon. I'm
You want
freaking
to use
magical.
magic against the magic?
Let's see what happens. Let's just start this out.
What is more prideful than a dragon?
Okay. And I step back behind Vethe again.
Let's
It's
go.
okay, sweetie.
Let's do it.
I thought they were gonna go for persuasion, but
I skip that daddy da 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 da.
did you roll with advantage?
Da, da, da. I got a nat 20 and a 7. Da, 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 da,
Oh.
da, da. Skip that,
Yeah, I was gonna
da,
say
da,
the
da.
Oh, it's a
difficulty on
happy
this is
dance.
you actually chose correctly. The dragon.
Oh, really?
Yes, the dragon and the counterspell are both like the strong ones here.
Oh, I forgot counter. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I
didn't even realize
counter on the
counterspell was
list. Yeah.
I rolled a nat 20
Oh,
plus 8.
was there
is
a
my
list? I
Arcana.
didn't see.
It was what she put up on the.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
As you like take the form of the dragon, you see the Archmage's form kind of come out once again, drawn in like these pale purple lines, almost like a comic book on top of your head. Matthias, you see the very tall gnome artificer like kind of put up this projection of a dragon, and you see a great battle break out between the two, with the Archmage flinging fire that the dragon effortlessly eats. As it does, you see this like kind of multitude of heads that has come out of like the Archmage's form. Each time they cast a spell, like another 2 pair coming out and out and out and out. You see finally one of them raise an eyebrow and another say, "What a magnificent creature." Suddenly the chorus fades and comes crashing in, and the Archmage becomes just a single Patrina once more. And you see like the Archmage kind of like blow you a kiss, and as it does, the kiss kind of cuts through the air, and
No.
you see her take the form of the vampire. The tall hood folds back, almost like hands folding back into a high collar. The beautiful robe, almost like a dot of ink beginning at the very tops of the collar, comes spreading down like ink, like corruption, down the beautiful robes, transforming them into black. And the vampire is born. This time she says, "I am life undying, always hungry. I am violence. I am pride. I am the vampires, bastard children of Sol Invictus." And as she does, like one tongue comes up and licks like a blood-drenched fang in her mouth.
Pura just holds up the card that was given to her at the beginning of this, which has the sun firmly printed on it.
Amazing. You take the form of the sun. I am going to say that this is
Pura, sorry, before I form, I don't want to. I hand the card to Vethe. The sun. Be the sun.
Well, I was gonna say hope.
I don't believe that someone like me is worthy of being the sun. Do it.
Doesn't man. And I'll turn sun.
as you take the form of the sun, once again, you gain advantage on all of your skill checks for this turn in religion, acrobatics, and persuasion.
I will be doing acrobatics.
Fantastic. You see a beautiful sun with a gorgeous corona kind of come form out of Pura's like sentience or their spirit, as a council of like 3 vampires comes out, like kind of spilling out of Patrina's form.
27.
I need 2 rolls.
And 22.
Amazing. The sun immediately sears away these shadow vampires, and they kind of like turn into thin wisps, almost like spider silk of lavender, and disappear, leaving behind once more just Petrina. And she says, well, veritably, you are the sun. If you're the sun, then maybe you can burn them out, scorch them in their multitudes, bleach their bones, turn them to dust, to ash. Only from ash can things be reborn. And you see her kind of like look up at the sun streaming down on her now, kind of like enjoying it as it seeps into her bones. And as she does, like the shadow cloak and sort of like vampiric form she's taking melts away, and she becomes a drow once more. Beautiful, pale, cold, and terrifying.
I put a hand on Matthias's face and just push him back away from Petrinka.
Have we passed your game?
And she says, yes. Would you like to play New Game Plus?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Of course. Yeah.
Don't worry. I have a very special prize for you. And on her hand glints a beautiful ring.
Everyone here has so many rings.
The band is gold, and set in the middle is a beautiful moonstone that is perched inside of a lion's head.
What shall the game be this time?
She reaches for her staff and spreads her arms wide, and she says, would you like to face war, famine, or pride?
Pride.
Oh, the war sounded nice.
Pride is what we are facing in Strahd most of all. If we can't defeat it here, we can't defeat it elsewhere.
That's fair.
As you say pride, the sunlight begins to solidify around you into a beautiful temple made of gold. It's ethereal in nature. A throne begins to form underneath Petrina as she sits there kind of in all of her glory, her beautiful onyx hair kind of bathed in sunlight, and she seems to grow in size 4 times. But this game of riddles shall have to continue next time.
Oh,
I think I flubbed some of those rules, but y'all did so well.
That was fun. Who cares?
Great, I like that.
Really
Rocks.
fun.
I like that. I'm definitely stealing that from something.
But
Oh my
no.
gosh. I really wanted to
kiss.
run the tower encounter because I remember reading Sandman and that old riddle game that
Yes.
Morpheus plays when he goes to hell, and I just thought it was the
I
coolest
love
game
it.
ever.
That's so cool.
I'm so happy they included that in the ONS module, and I was like, when y'all picked the tower
It's
card, I was
baller.
like, yes, this is my
So
favorite
good.
one.
That's awesome.
Thank you all so much for joining me today. I appreciate it so very much. And chat, thank you for coming by. We run this game Friday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on twitch.tv/ThatBronzeGirl. This is our 5th episode, so we only have 2 more left. We'll see if our players can defeat Strahd in that amount of time. I really hope so.
4.
It's a 4.
It's the 4th episode.
Not
Oh, yes, 4th. Yeah. So you got 2 more episodes. Then you'll definitely
Yeah.
be able to defeat Strahd in that amount of time. I mean, I hope. No, I'm sure you will. It'll be fine.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
It'll be
Oh,
great.
yeah.
It'll
I'm sure
be
you
good.
will.
Full on burr moment.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming through. Make sure you go and follow all of these wonderful people on all their social medias. Thank you, Athena, Palmer, Persephone, Valentine, Jen, Kretchmer, and last but not least, Alex Ward. There's a command in chat. Make sure you go check them out, and go make sure you check out One Night Strahd by the Hedra Group. We've been having so much fun playing this module.
Seriously.
We'll see you next week. All right, that's it. Bye. Ta-ta.
Goodbye.
All right.
Bye.